Good morning students. In this previous video, we already tell how to find the adjoint of a 3 by 3 matrix and also what is the working rule to find adjoint. To find the adjoint of any 3 by 3, what is the working rule? First we find cofactor whose transpose is called adjoint. Now in this video, we continue the remaining sums. The next one is the third one. The given matrix name is given f of alpha. Capital letter f of alpha. I usually ABC like this. Is f is a function of fully alpha, so we say it is f of alpha. The given matrix name is f of alpha. It contains cos alpha, 0, sin alpha like this. Then our question is to show f of alpha the whole inverse is equal to f of minus alpha. Now to check both are equal or not. It's a show that sum should equal. Okay. You know the formula of A inverse. The formula of A inverse is 1 by determinant A into adjoint A. What is the formula of f of alpha? The whole inverse is 1 by determinant of f of alpha and adjoint of f of alpha. We check that value is exactly is equal to f of minus alpha. But f of minus alpha is very easy to calculate. So first we find the easiest one. Is a given matrix f of alpha. So first I find the value of RHS. What is the RHS value? Is f of minus alpha. We see the given matrix name is alpha. So f of alpha means cos alpha 0 sin alpha. So f of minus alpha means whenever alpha is there, we replace alpha by minus alpha. So it is a matrix f of minus alpha. So this cos alpha become cos of minus alpha. Important is cos of minus alpha. We must keep this bracket. Suppose you don't put this bracket, it become cos minus alpha. So f of alpha value like this matrix. So f of minus alpha means whenever alpha is there, we replace alpha by minus alpha. Next, 0. 0 is 0. Sin alpha become sin of minus alpha. First row. And the second row no change because there is no term involving alpha. So 0, 1, 0. And the third row. Again, whenever alpha is there, we replace alpha by minus alpha. Minus sin of minus alpha. Minus sin of alpha is there, we replace minus alpha because f of minus alpha. 0. Cos of alpha is there, we write it is cos of minus alpha. You identify what is the value of cos of minus alpha and the sin of minus alpha. In our lower class we already see the value of cos of minus theta is always cos theta and the sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. So cos of minus alpha it become cos alpha. So f of minus alpha value is cos of minus alpha is cos alpha 0 and sin of minus alpha. Okay, I write the formula. Cos of minus theta is always cos theta and the formula of sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. So cos of minus alpha is cos alpha. So sin of minus alpha value is minus sin alpha. Second row is no change, 0, 1, 0. Third row. Now we see the third row, minus sin of minus alpha. Outside one minus. Sin of minus alpha. Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. Again outside one minus. So what is the final answer? The final answer is sin alpha. Do you identify? We can leave the minus. Sin of minus alpha is minus sin alpha. Outside one minus is there, so minus in minus is plus. So the final answer is sin alpha. 0 and cos of minus alpha is cos alpha. Now I put it is equation 1. It is actually the value of RHS. Now to prove the LHS value is also same. So next we write LHS. What is the LHS? F of alpha the whole inverse. For our convenience, first we write the formula of f of alpha the whole inverse. The formula of f of alpha the whole inverse is 1 by determinant f of alpha into adjoint of f of alpha. So we need f of alpha the whole inverse. Two terms are needed. The terms are determinant f of alpha and adjoint of f of alpha. You know the working rule, how to find the determinant of 3 by 3 and how to find the adjoint of 3 by 3. Determinant of f of alpha. So determinant symbol important. You don't put the matrix symbol, it's a determinant symbol. Determinant of f of alpha value. First element is cos alpha. So cos alpha of, we leave the first row and first column. We find the remaining elements value. 1 into cos alpha is cos alpha. Minus 0 into 0 is 0. So first one is 1. Next 0. The sign or symbol of this element is always minus 0. Outside is 0. So 0 into anything is also 0. So you don't find this value. Next we move plus. Okay, plus, minus, plus. Plus, what is the value here? Sin alpha. Sin alpha of. We leave the row and column occurring this as sin alpha. Sin alpha occurring the first row and third column. We leave this. We multiply the remaining. 0 into 0 is 0. Then we multiply these two elements with a minus sign. Minus sin alpha into 1 is a minus sin alpha. We multiply one more minus, so minus and minus is plus. Plus sin alpha. We leave all 0. Okay. Cos alpha into cos alpha is cos square alpha plus. You also will leave on 0. So sin alpha into sin alpha. Sin alpha into sin alpha is sin square alpha. So the value of determinant of f of alpha is, what is the value of this one? Do you identify? The value of cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is always, yes, it is 1. So determinant of f of alpha is 1. So determinant is over. Next, to find adjoint. If we need adjoint, first we find a cofactor. Okay, to find the cofactor of each and every element. So I put a heading cofactor of the matrix A, or directly we write just a heading cofactor of the given matrix. If the given matrix is A, we write cofactor of A. But we find cofactor matrix of f of alpha. So I put a heading cofactor of f of alpha. So cofactor of the, what is the first element, is cos alpha. In this previous video, I elaborately explained how to find the cofactor of each and every element. But in this I tell one shortcut form also, or simply we write in this manner also. So cofactor of first element is alpha. The sign or symbol of this cos alpha is, you remember, the value is plus. Determinant f of alpha, determinant symbol. Cos alpha of, we already explained. I tell again, cos alpha minus 0. 0 is there, so I don't explain. Okay, 0 to anything is always 0. Sin alpha, that is 0 into sin alpha. So that value is 1. Next to find a cofactor, because adjoint of cofactor formula is a transpose of cofactor. So cofactor of each and every element. In this previous video, I already detailedly explained how to find the cofactor of each and every element. In short form, we write, but you don't make any mistake. Okay. The first one value is cofactor of cos alpha. The symbol of cos alpha is plus, so I put plus. We leave this cos alpha occurring row and column. First row, first column. Then we simplify these four elements with this determinant. But you know very well how to find the determinant of a 2 by 2. First we multiply the leading diagonal elements and then we multiply the remaining two elements with a minus sign. So I directly write the value. I put plus sign, plus. I leave this first column and first row. Then to simplify these values, so I first multiply these two. 1 into cos alpha is cos alpha. Minus 0 into 0 is 0. So directly we find that value, but you don't make any mistake. So what is the final value? Outside is plus, inside is just cos alpha, plus cos alpha. One element is over. Next, cofactor of, what is the next element? Is 0. 0, whose symbol is minus. Okay, plus or minus will come alternate. Plus, so it become minus. Minus of. We leave the number 0 occurring the row and column. So we leave first row and second column. Then we simplify the remaining elements. First we multiply the leading diagonal elements. 0 into cos alpha is 0. Then we multiply these two elements. Okay, we already leave this. So sin alpha into 0 is 0. So it would be this plus 0 or minus 0. So final answer is 0. So we find the cofactor of two elements. Next we find the cofactor of this one. So cofactor of sin alpha. Cofactor of sin alpha. The symbol or sign of this sin alpha. First one is plus, minus, so again it is plus. So plus, we leave the row and column occurring in sin alpha. So we leave first row and third column. Then we simplify the remaining. Okay, so this 0 into 0 is 0. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. So minus sin alpha into 1 is minus sin alpha. We multiply one more minus, so it becomes plus sin alpha. So the final answer is value 0 or a plus, so it becomes plus sin alpha. The next one, after sin alpha, okay, after sin alpha, the next element is 0. So we write cofactor of 0. The symbol or sign of the number 0 is minus. So I put minus. Now we leave the 0 occurring row and column. It occurs in the first column, second row. So we leave first column, second row. The remaining elements 0 sin alpha, 0 cos alpha. We first multiply the leading diagonal elements. 0 into cos alpha is 0. We multiply these two. Again 0 into sin alpha is 0. So outside is minus of 0 minus 0 is 0. Next one is a cofactor of, after 0 the next element is 1. Okay, cofactor of 1. The place value sign is a plus. Okay, we put plus. We leave the number 1 occur row and column. It occur in the second column, second row. Okay, second column, second row we leave. Then we multiply the remaining elements. Cos alpha into cos alpha is cos square alpha. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. Already one minus is there. So minus into minus is plus. Sin alpha into sin alpha is sin square alpha. So outside symbol is plus. First one is cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. Outside is plus. You know very well that value is 1. Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha is 1. Next, cofactor of the next element is 0. The symbol or sign of 0 is minus. So minus of. Now we see this element. Okay, this element. So we leave this column and this row. We multiply the remaining. We leave this column and this row. Cos alpha into 0, 0. Minus sin alpha into 0 is again 0. So it becomes 0 plus 0 or minus 0. The value is 0. Next one. Cofactor of after 0, the next element is minus sin alpha. The place value sign is plus. The place value sign is plus. Okay, plus or minus will come out, so plus. Now we leave this column and this row. Okay, occurring sign minus sin alpha occurring first column and third row. We multiply the remaining elements. What are the remaining elements? 0, sin alpha, 1, 0. First we multiply this leading diagonal elements. 0 into 0 is 0. We multiply these two elements with a minus sign. 1 into sin alpha is minus sin alpha. So the final answer plus we leave 0. Plus into minus sin alpha is minus sin alpha. Next one, cofactor of 0 whose symbol is minus. Okay, whose symbol is minus. We leave the number 0 occurring row and column. It occurs third row and second column. Okay, we leave this column and this row. You see the remaining product. Cos alpha into 0 is 0. 0 into sin alpha is again 0. So 0 minus 0 is 0. So just 0. Last one. Cofactor of the last element is cos alpha. Okay. Whose symbol is plus. Okay. Plus. We leave this column and this row. Remaining value. Cos alpha into 1 is cos alpha minus 0. So cos alpha. So we find the cofactor of each and every element. So this matrix is called cofactor of f of alpha. And how to write the value of cofactor of f of alpha? We find orderly from A11 up to A33. So first we see the first element cofactor value. What is the first element? Cofactor of the first element cos alpha. Is again cos alpha will come. So we write cos alpha. Next, cofactor of the next element is A12. A12, that value is 0, that value is again 0. Next, cofactor of next element is sin alpha, that value is also sin alpha. So orderly we write. So first row over. So these three elements occur in the second row. So 0, 1, 0. And remaining three values lies in the third row. Okay, it is a value of A31. So minus sin alpha, 0, cos alpha. So it is a value of cofactor of f of alpha. Next, we write the formula of adjoint of f of alpha. The formula of adjoint of f of alpha is cofactor of f of alpha transpose. Okay, we already find cofactor of f of alpha, whose transpose is nothing but adjoint. So directly I transpose cofactor of f of alpha. So cofactor of f of alpha is that value. It is a value of cofactor of f of alpha whose transpose is adjoint. Okay, we need whose transpose. So the first row become first column. So it become cos alpha 0 sin alpha occur in the first column. So cos alpha 0 sin alpha. And the second row become second column 0 1 0. And the third row become third column. What is the third row? Minus sin alpha 0 cos alpha. 0 cos alpha. So it is a value of adjoint. Next, we write f of alpha the whole inverse. We already write the formula. The formula of f of alpha the whole inverse is 1 by determinant of f of alpha. The value of determinant f of alpha is also just 1 into adjoint of f of alpha. So it is a value of adjoint of f of alpha. So cos alpha 0 minus sin alpha 0 1 0 sin alpha 0 and cos alpha. So f of alpha the whole inverse is, 1 by 1 is 1. 1 is multiplied by each and every element, cannot be changed. Cos alpha 0 minus sin alpha 0 1 0 sin alpha 0 cos alpha, and we put it is equation 2. Okay, we put it is equation 2. Now we check from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2 both have the same value. We check. You must write the conclusion. Okay, what is the conclusion? It's the equation 2. Actually it is a value of LHS. We find the value of RHS. The RHS value is also same. Cos alpha 0 minus sin alpha. We must write the conclusion. The conclusion is also important. The conclusion is from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2, both have the same value. Therefore, LHS and RHS are equal because both have the same value. Therefore, f of alpha the whole inverse it should be is equal to f of minus alpha. Both have the same value. Therefore, f of alpha the whole inverse it should be is equal to f of minus alpha. The next question is fifth one. A value is 1 by 9 of 1 3 by 3 matrix is given. Okay, the matrix outside one scale. Then to prove the value of A inverse it should be is equal to A transpose. So there will be two ways is there. Directly we find A transpose and A inverse is one way. Okay, directly we find A transpose and A inverse. But you see the matrix A outside 1 by 9 is there. So we multiply 1 by 9 inside or using some formula. But it is very easy to convenient to form in another way. Okay, to prove A inverse is equal to A transpose. There will be two ways. One way is directly we find a transpose and inverse. I tell the another way. So this way is also to prove the given sum. To prove A inverse is equal to A transpose. I do one work. The work is you identify. I will do pre-multiply A on both sides. Same matrix is multiplied both LHS and RHS, the value cannot be changed. What is the particular reason to multiply A? Whose inverse lies in LHS, so I multiply A. You know the value of A into A inverse is always, A into A inverse is always just I is equal to A into A transpose. So we do only one work. We multiply A and A inverse, suppose that value will come I, our given proof is 1. So it is enough to prove, that is our given proof is enough to prove A into A transpose is I. So A inverse is equal to A transpose is same as A into A transpose is equal to I. Suppose we prove A into A transpose value will come exactly I, the given one proof is also proof. So now we prove A into A transpose is equal to I. Now we check. Okay, it is enough to prove this one. So in this proof I will take the value of LHS. What is the value of LHS? The LHS is A into A transpose. Now we find this product A into A transpose. A transpose. The value of A is 1 by 9 of A1. The value of A is minus 8, 1, 4, 4, 4, 7, 1, minus 8, 4. So A matrix is formed. Next matrix is A transpose. So outside the number 1 by 9 is same. So I keep outside 1 by 9. And just I transpose of individual elements. Okay, we need whose a transpose. Okay, it's a matrix A. Whose transpose. So the first row become first column. So it become minus 8, 1, 4. I transpose inside one. Next, the second row become second column 4, 4, 7. Third row become third column 1, minus 8, 4. First we multiply the outside elements value. 1 by 9 into 1 by 9. It becomes 1 by 81. Then we write the values minus 8, 1, 4, 4, 4, 7, 1, minus 8, 4. And the next matrix value is minus 8, 4, 1. 1, 4, minus 8, 4, 7, 4. So 1 by 81. Now we multiply a 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, you know the working rule. I tell briefly. In 2 by 2 same manner. First we will be take first row, first column. Next, second row, first column. Third row, first column. So first column over. In the same manner to finish the second row and third row. Minus 8 into minus 8 is a plus 64. We are moving, so we put arrow mark. 1 ones are 1, so plus 1. Plus 4 fours are 16. First row, first column over. Next, the second row and first column. 4 into minus 8 is minus 32. Moving. 1 fours are 4. Moving. 7 fours are 28. Plus 28. Next. Third row, first column. 1 into minus 8. Minus 8. Minus 8 into 1 is minus 8. 4 fours are plus 16. First column over. We do the same work in the second column and third column also. Now we will take a first row and second column. Minus 8 into 4 is minus 32. 1 fours are plus 4. 4 sevens are 28. Now we take second row, second column. 4 fours are 16. Again 4 fours are 16. 7 sevens are 49. The next step is we will take third row and second column. 1 fours are 4. Minus 8 fours are minus 32. Plus 4 sevens are plus 28. Same one in the third column. First row, third column. Minus 1 into 8 is minus 8. 1 into minus 8 is minus 8. 4 fours are plus 16. Now, second row, second column. 4 ones are 4. 4 into minus 8 is minus 32. 7 fours are 28 plus 28. Third row, third column. 1 ones are 1. Minus 8 into minus 8 is plus 64. Next, 4 fours are 16. Half, you change the elements. 61 plus 1 plus 16. 64 plus 1 is 65. 65 plus 16 is 81. Okay. 4 plus 28 is plus 32 and minus 32 is 0. Minus 8 is minus 16 and plus 16 is 0. So the first row values are 81, 0, 0. First row. Now we see the second row. The second row, minus 32 plus 4 plus 28 is plus 32 minus 32 become 0. 16 plus 16 is 32. 32 plus 49. Okay, 32 plus 49 is also 81. Next, 4 plus 28 is 32 and minus 32. So second row values are 0, 81, 0. 0, 81, 0. Second row work. Now we see the third row. The third row, minus 8 plus 16. Minus 8 minus 16 plus 16 is 0. 4 plus 28 is 32. Minus 32 is also 0. 1 plus 64, 65. 65 plus 16 is 81. So third row, 0, 0, 81. 0, 0, 81. You see in this matrix, one number is common. The number is, yes, it is 81. So I will take outside 81. 0 and 81 is also 81. So I will take outside 81. So what are the remaining elements? 1, 0, 0. 0, 1, 0. 0, 0, 1. We cancelling just 1. You know, it is the identity matrix of order 3. So I write it is just I. We will take LHS. Now we come RHS. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. A into A transpose, we should come high. Yes, our given proof. To prove A inverse is equal to A transpose, it is enough to prove A into A transpose is equal to I. We will take LHS, we simplify, we get the RHS. Therefore, the given proof is also proved. The next one, if A matrix is given, the value of A is 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. To show A inverse is equal to 1 by 2 of A square minus 3A. So in this sum also we do in two ways. Directly we find A inverse and RHS A square minus 3I. We check 1 and 2 are equal. Is one way. Or in another way also we find only one time. So I will do one more. So to prove in this sum, A inverse is equal to 1 by 2 of A square minus 3. In direct way, LHS. In RHS, first we find A square and minus 3I, we simplify. Okay, do 1, 4 or 5 step is X. So we avoid this 4 or 5 step. We do one more way. So to prove in this manner, I will take this 2 inside. Okay, the denominator become that side numerator. So 2 into A inverse is equal to A square minus 3A. Is your choice. We prove either directly A inverse is equal to that value, or we using this way also. So using this way, we reduce over 4 or 5 steps. So 2 into A inverse is equal to A square minus 3A. Here also one simplification is there. 2 into A inverse into A is equal to A square minus 3I into E. I do one work. I have multiply, that is post multiply A on both sides. Why? Because in LHS you see whose inverse is there. We multiply A inverse into A is always an identity. You know the identity value. So that's why we post multiply A on both sides. Matrix multiplication is always associative, so we keep bracket is any manner. So I write 2 of A inverse into A. Okay, 2 of A inverse into A is equal to inside multiply A matrix. Post multiply A on both sides. Because A inverse is lies in LHS, so I post multiply on both sides. So matrix multiplication is always associative, so we keep bracket in any manner. So 2 into A inverse A. And I multiply A inside here. Already A square is there. A square into A is A cube minus 3IA. So A square into A is A cube minus 3IA. 2. The value of A inverse into A is just I. Is equal to A cube minus, what is the final answer of 3IA? I is the identity matrix. That matrix is multiplied by any matrix, we have the same matrix. So the final value of 3IA is just 3E. So it is enough to prove our given sum is enough to prove the value of A cube minus 3A, it should be is equal to 2I. So our given sum proof is also same as A cube minus 3A is equal to 2I. Now we check the value of LHS. What is the LHS? Is A cube minus 3A, where A is the given matrix. So we find A cube. How to write A cube? The value of A cube as A square into A. So we do 1 by 1. We write A cube as A square into A. Here we find A square. We write A square as A into A. So A into A is A square, and then this A square is multiply A, we get A cube. So we do 1 by 1. So first we find A square, the value of A square is A into A. So A square, A is a given matrix. Again A is also the given matrix. Now we multiply these two matrices, row and columns. 0 into 0 is 0, plus 1 ones are 1, plus 1 ones are 1. I already explained detail how to multiply a 3 by 3 matrix. First step, first row, first column. Next, second row, first column. 1 into 0, 0. 0 into 1, plus 0, plus 1 answer, 1, plus 1. Next, third row, first column. 1 into 0, 0, plus 1 answer, 1, plus 0. Wow. Next, first row, second column. 0 into 1 is 0. 1 into 0 is 0. Plus 1 answer, 1. Second row, second column. 1 answer, 1. 0 into 0, 0. 1 answer, 1. Second row, third column. 1 ones are 1 plus 1 into 0, 0 plus 0 into 1 is 0 over. Now first row and third column. 0 into 1 is 0 plus 1 ones are 1 plus 1 into 0 is 0. Second row, third column. 1 into 1 is 1 plus 1 into 0 is 0 plus 1 into 0 is 0. Third row, third column. 1 ones are 1 plus again 1 ones are 1 plus 0 into 0 is 0. So the value of a square is 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. So is the value of a square. Now we find a cube. How to write a cube? The value of a cube is a square into a. We already find the value of a square. The value of a cube is a square into a. The value of a square is 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. We enter that value in a square. 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. And again a, where a is the given matrix value. The values are 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. Now we multiply these two matrices. 2 into 0, 0 plus, okay, we plus 1 ones are 1 plus 1. Wow. Next, we multiply this second row and first column. 1 into 0, 0 plus 2 ones are 2 plus 1 ones are 1. Now, third row, first column. 1 into 0, 0, 1 ones are 1 plus 2 ones are 3. Sorry, 2 ones are 2. Power. Next, first row and second column. 2 ones are 2. 1 into 0, 0 plus 1 ones are 1. Next, second row, second column. 1 ones are 1 plus 2 into 0, 0 plus 1 ones are 1. Now it will take third row, second column. 1 ones are 1 plus 1 into 0 is 0 plus 2 ones are 2. Now it will take first row, third column. 2 ones are 2 plus 1 ones are 1 plus 1 into 0 is 0. Second row, third column. 1 ones are 1 plus 2 ones are, okay, 2 ones are 1, 2 plus 1 into 0 is 0. Third row, third column. 1 ones are 1 plus 1 ones are 1 plus 2 into 0 is 0. So the value of a cube is 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2. So it is a value of a cube. Now we apply this value in LHS. What is LHS? The LHS is a cube minus 3a. Then to identify that value it become the RHS. Now the LHS is a cube minus 3. It is a value of a cube minus 3. A is the given matrix. Now we simplify these two matrices. Separation of these two matrices is possible because both the matrices in same order. We add the corresponding elements. But the second matrix outside one number 3 is there. The number 3 is common in each and every element. So 2 minus 3 into 0 is 0. So 2 minus 0. Next 3, whose corresponding element is this one, but outside is a minus 3. So I multiply minus 3 and then simplify. Minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. Next, this element is 3. I multiply minus 3 inside. Minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. Second row will come 3, whose corresponding element is 1, but outside is minus 3, minus 3. 2. Okay, 2. Here minus 3 into 0 is a minus 0 or plus 0. Next, 3, whose corresponding element is here 1, but outside is minus 3, so minus 3. Third row will come 3. Minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. Second element 3. Here second element minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. 2. Minus 3 into 0 is a minus 0 or plus 0. 2. Okay, 2 minus 0 is 2. 0, 0. 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2. You check any one of the element is common here. One element is common here. The element is 2. The element is 2. So I will be take outside 2. Okay, each and every element 2 is there. So I will be take outside 2. Remaining 1, 0, 0. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. 2. It is the identity matrix. So 2i. So it is also the value of RHS. Therefore, LHS is equal to RHS. A cube minus 3a, it should come is equal to 12. It is enough to prove the given sum. So hence our given sum. Okay students, today we see 3 big sums, that is all involving 3 by 3. We do some more problem in exercise and example also. We must try, the answer will come.